Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Vecchione.
And I'm Greg Stone.
And we are the Macaroni Rascals. It's a great new podcast. Me, my friend Greg Stone, we riff, we talk Italian stuff, we talk comedy. We basically just have a good time. Greg?
Yeah, I think it's great, and you're great. I love you, and we'll do more.
I love you, and I love doing this podcast from the darkest corner of your apartment. Welcome, guys, to another episode of Macaroni Rascals. It's the Rascals here, live from Greg's apartment. Mike Vecchione, Greg Stone. Greg, how are you?
Doing pretty good, Michael.
Yeah.
Feeling real good.
Well, you look super intellectual today with your glasses.
I ripped a contact. I don't trust a mobster in glasses.
No, you don't?
You know that guy in the Sopranos? Did you watch Sopranos?
Yeah.
You familiar with the show?
Yes.
There was the one guy who looked like just a dad.
Yeah.
Remember him? He was the guy, like, they went to the Starbucks. They tried to knock off the Starbucks. He had glasses.
Yeah, right.
I never was like, no, I don't want my mobsters looking like dads. I want my mobsters looking like mobsters, you know, fat.
I think the glasses, you pull it off.
But I don't look tough.
There was actually a guy in the mob named Bobby Glasses.
Really?
Yeah, that was his name.
Come on, that name must have went so fast.
No?
The first guy to get glasses, they were like, your glasses now.
Well, it's great because no one can retaliate. You could be like, you wouldn't hit a guy with glasses.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Would they?
That fell flat.
They didn't fall flat. I thought that was information.
No, that's not.
There's some more information coming my way.
That was information in the form of a joke that failed. The first joke failed here.
No, you would hit a guy with glass. Who would say that? Why did they say that?
That was a thing back in the day, back in the 70s.
A woman? Did they get off lifeboats first? Women, children, guys with glasses. Was that the third one?
Guys with glasses is one of them, yes. You would never hit a guy with glasses, and then you'd make him take his glasses off to punch him. Because it's just too messy, Greg. The glasses, you punch him in the face, the glass goes into his eye.
Right.
You want to teach him a lesson. You don't want to blind him for life.
Or send him to, we also know how health insurance they'll take you over the butthole for that. You know what I mean? They don't want to send him over for that.
Imagine the deductible on that.
Yeah.
The deductible alone.
You ever do this? You ever go, you wouldn't hit a guy with a small penis, would you? That's what
know.
I say. Hey, you wouldn't hit a guy with a small penis, would you? They usually won't.
And the reason that we're wearing these jumpsuits and chains, we're not overcompensating for anything. This is just how we dress now. This is how we dress now.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody's got a problem with it, you know?
I want to get you your
I guess I don't unsubscribe, but you could subscribe to a lower rate for the
what?
Patreon.
This is the free episode.
Oh. Okay.
A lower rate for them would be what the hell?
This one's on the arm.
We pay them.
Yeah, we pay you.
We
guys.
pay you. We should
We
pay people.
you.
We should pay people every episode. Every episode, we should have a fan come in.
Yeah.
We shake their hand. We palm them a 5. We go, don't tell your mother. don't tell your mother. Get out of here. What was that? Did your family do that? When you were a kid, they give you a little money and then they go, hey, don't tell your mother. Go. So now this little kid has a secret against the only person who he trusts, his mother. Hey, don't tell your mother. Don't tell your mother.
I had a secret bank account. I put in a secret bank account. I'm up. I'm at the clubs, at the bars. I'm 5 years old. Late at night. Yeah. Uncles would do that to you. They'd be like, yeah, don't tell anyone.
Yeah, and a little 9-year-old doesn't, the mother finds the money and she's like, where'd you get this from? Now the kid's laundering money. He's like, what do you thought last Christmas? Like he's got to come up with ways that he got the money to not indict his uncle.
Teaching him to lie. Teaching him to uphold the code.
Hey, when you're ready. I'm a little excited.
Hold on, let me get centered
get
first.
centered.
The glasses are really throwing me.
Me too.
So I got to make sure I get focused. You know, it's not every day. We should, in the pre-production meeting, you didn't say anything about glasses, really. And then, no, put it back on.
Here's what we'll do.
First of all, I like the way you said that you ripped your contact lens. Ripped it how?
Like Hulk. I got
Yeah?
so enraged.
Yeah.
And my eyes exploded and the contacts ripped and I woke up in another neighborhood, blind as a bat. And I said, what happened? And they were like, you went too Italian. I get so Italian.
You get
like
so
the Hulk.
Italian that you ripped a contact.
A disposable Connie.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I can hear, because I have the headphones.
Sounds like that's your guma. A
What?
disposable Connie.
Connie. Disposable Connie is a good name for a broad.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, look at Disposable Connie over there.
Disposable Connie.
She's debris.
She sleeps with everybody. Disposable Connie. The neighborhood hooch.
Ooh, the whore. So what I was thinking was, I can hear because I got the headphones. You can't hear. If I take off my glasses,
nothing.
No, but then we're one thing, right?
I didn't hear nothing from nobody.
But you can see, and so you can see, and I can hear. So now we're working as a
Right.
team, right? I'm
Yeah.
blind, you're deaf.
The disabled mafia.
That's
What it is. Strengths and weaknesses, my friend.
You think there was ever, and I hate to be a little, you think that in like the handicap houses, because they have these houses where they're at, which is very nice, there is like a,
I'm unaware of handicapped houses. But
Really?
go ahead.
their homes
There's
that they shove them in.
okay.
I would
Now
imagine.
that's what's happening now.
This
Is
is
this
one
in
of
the
those
40s
things,
or is it now?
you know, when you
There's
say to
handicapped
yourself,
homes.
you go, this has got to be happening. I can't confirm, but in my head, that's happening. I can't confirm that it's happening, but I feel like they do that, right?
Well, I feel like every building is a handicap. There's ramps and all kinds of every accommodation made just in case a handicapped person goes by there or comes in. It's like they want to be able to accommodate and don't appear to be prejudiced against anybody with a disability. So I feel like every apartment has those accommodations now. But you are saying just shove them into one building.
One building.
Yeah.
All live in one building, cannot leave,
Cannot
lock the doors,
Right.
have a guy with a gun outside,
Okay.
just
All right.
like a prison.
Greg. This is, I mean, if you're running for mayor, this is going to be a tough sell for you.
No, but I think they have like homes that they go
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
But I was wondering if like the tough guy there, if they have little handicap mafias. You know what I mean? Little things.
I thought there was an able-bodied who would protect them in case somebody was giving them a hard time.
Yeah.
Or maybe another, but you're saying a handicap protects the handicap.
A handicap.
Handicapable, by the way, is what they like to be called now.
I just don't call them anything. I just say, hey, Ralph.
Yeah.
I know one guy named Ralph.
Call them by their name.
Hey, call them by their name. That's a movie we should write.
Call them by their name. Put
Yeah.
some respect on their name.
Put some respect on
I
it.
like that phrase a lot.
What?
Put some respect on my name.
Yeah. Did you just make
Yeah.
that up?
No.
Really?
That's something you say, and that's what they say in organized. Yeah, that's what Marlo said on The Wire. Put some respect on my name.
How do I put some respect on your name?
You say it with some respect. You don't use, you don't put it in a bad context.
Mike.
Put it in a good context.
Okay, like
First of all, you don't.
Michael
shove me in-
farted. If you fart,
Yeah.
that seems disrespectful. Michael farted. But how do I put Michael farted? Michael.
I think you're taking it too literally, Greg.
Maybe.
Yeah, but don't talk about me in a disrespectful way. Is basically what it's saying.
It's an impossible
Yeah.
task. There's nothing to say about you that is disrespectful.
Well, put some respect
Shrimp.
on my name.
I'll call you a shrimp.
Put some respect on my name, or I'm about to rip the other contact.
No.
Oh, that's a
Dude,
good threat. That's a
What?
good threat. Once you open up to me and get vulnerable, that you rip the one contact, it's like, how about the other contact's going to get ripped next?
You can I tell you this song my dad was singing?
And then I'm gonna go in the other room and say bad things about you to your son.
Oh my God.
That's the worst.
The way you said that was real. I felt
That's
that.
real.
Holy macaroni.
That's real. I'm gonna whisper bad things about
A
his
little
father
newborn?
in his ear. And little Calvinooch.
What are you gonna say?
I'm gonna say your father can't see so good. He's ripping contacts. He's
Oh.
gambling money. He owns a
Mm.
ton of money downtown. He's afraid to show his face at the Comedy Cellar. He owes a ton of money down there.
I gotta run every time I see.
You got to run every time.
Outside Steve, I gotta run from him.
Outside Steve, we got inside Steve, we got everyday Steve.
Is Everyday
Okay.
Steve?
Everyday Steve.
Who's Everyday Steve?
We got everyday Steve who does the podcast.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like Steve who stands in between the doors. He's in and out. He's half
I like
cold,
all
half
the
hot.
Steves. Indoor Steve, outdoor Steve, and everyday Steve.
Know who I hate?
Who?
The Irish.
The Irish?
Still.
Well, I did a gig for Greg Adalia. Do you know Greg?
I don't like anybody else named Greg, and I'll tell you that
Greg,
right now.
he's another Greg. And I'm adding a lot of Gregs to my collection.
I do not.
Greg
like it.
collection.
I do not.
It's a good name for an all Greg strip club.
An all Greg
All
strip
Greg
club.
strip club.
Let's talk about that.
Floyd Mayweather has this strip club he owns a strip club called Girl Collection in
Uh-huh.
Vegas. So I think it would be great if it was all guys named Greg.
Yeah.
For stripping, Greg Collection.
Do you know what that would look like?
Sexy.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
to some,
Yeah.
to people who are into Gregs.
Yeah.
But it is a
To all,
select
the,
few.
to all the Titas of the world.
Yeah,
right?
one. Ow. That hurt me. That's an assault.
We're not a very good team. We're not a very
Ow.
good team. We got to work on our teamwork, our body modifications. But anyway,
Yeah.
That's what my idea is, a strip club with all Gregs.
We could get like, and I'd say this, Can I extend that and say, like, you don't even have to be a real Greg, but if you dress like me, if you come in this cosplay as me, I'm into that. Like sexy Gregs.
Sexy Gregs.
You know, from when I was a rollerblader.
Well, could you finish your idea in the interest of cohesion of the podcast? I'm a cohesion guy. You know? You're an idea guy. And I want you to finish your thought about putting the handy-capable all in one home. What was the end of that?
Oh, the end was I was trying to say is I think that there's like mobs. They have their own gangs in there. We kind of got to it. Like I think that there's always hierarchies.
Right.
So even within that home,
are they shaking each other down? Or do they go out and shake protect the neighborhood, shake other people down?
Let me tell you this.
And then let me ask you another question. How far did the disability go? Is it dyslexia, speech impediments?
2 great questions. Such great questions you're bringing me here.
This is what you're paying for on the Patreon. The people who are associates
this is free.
And the people who this is free.
Just keep talking. Who cares?
All right. Well, I'm
they
sorry.
Don't get the video, maybe.
Well, I'm only talking to the people who are forking over the money.
The
you
forkers.
freeloaders.
We got all right.
Kick up a little bit. How about kicking up a little bit?
Let me throw this. Can we go back to, in the interest of cohesion? I know you're such a cohesive man.
Yeah.
First of all, imagine you move to a new town. And you go, this is my town. They go, wonder what my mob is like here. You know, there's always, you got a mob. And then Corky shows up and he goes, hey, something might happen. Maybe give me a little money. You go, wait, you're my mob? Yeah. You know, he's got a big old eye or something or whatever they got going, you know? You'd be like, I think I could kill my mob. But you respect, because they're so cute, you'd be like, you got it. It'd be easier to have a mob if they were all like Down syndrome kids, because I'd love them.
Down syndrome, but yeah, you would love them. But let's stay with the disabled. It's like, okay, they roll into a business and be like, you need to pay protection money. It's like, okay, what happens if we don't pay? Well, you see what I'm in a wheelchair. I'm gonna make you. I didn't pay.
I did this to me.
I did this to myself. You're gonna be in a wheelchair, and then you're gonna have to be in the home with me.
I'll come to his house. How cute! I feel like this is too talk about it.
Toxic.
If you. I would write a movie about a Down syndrome mafia, and they're not bad. It's all just you love them, you know, because just that little kid coming in being like, "I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse." I don't know how to do a voice, but the other sounds so cute, you know,
right?
And they come in and they're all driving by, shooting people, but they're still so cute. It's like a kitten mob.
They're shooting people,
well, with smiles.
Yeah,
drive-by smiles. You ever get one of those?
Drive-by hugs.
Yeah.
A mafia based on hugs and smiles. I like what you're saying. Greg, I was downtown shopping in Soho today, and I'm a model now. I think I texted you that.
Model idiot.
I'm a model. And I was walking by Mulberry Street, and, you know, there's all these mob social clubs that are...
Down there still?
Well, no, they're not in business anymore. They're out of business. There's no more mob. But where they used to be, I think it's pretty funny that the mob social club is now like the Ravenite, where Gotti's headquarters was in Manhattan. I walked by it today, and it's a high-end shoe store.
Like a shoegasm?
Yeah,
like one of these.
It's like one of those places.
That's so rolling in their graves. Well,
no, it's kind of the same. It's uncomfortable shoes for women, and women probably who walk around in those shoes they're in a lot of pain, almost like being strangled with a piano wire. Okay, well, it took a long time to get to that mediocre joke.
I don't think it was,
but it's not just my larger point is it's not just that social club. There's one in the Village.
Right.
There used to be a Genovese social club that's now a tea and spice shop. So I know where all these social clubs are, basically in Manhattan at least, and it's funny that they all turned into these metrosexual shops.
That would make them crazy.
Huh?
That would make them crazy. Mob notoriously were not pro. I don't even say homosexual ideology.
Well, it's not even homosexual. They're just these. They've turned into it's just a sign of what the neighborhoods have become. They've come from these. The neighborhoods have turned from ethnic enclaves to these shishi high-end.
That's crazy
areas. You know what I mean?
The other families,
indicative of the area.
The other families could knock these guys out.
Right.
And but gentrification did.
Well, they got bumped out by a tea and spice shop.
Can you imagine that? How do we go down? I don't know.
The Genovese crime family got beaten by chamomile.
Tazos. You also mentioned a great point that I'd like to get back to for
Sure.
a quick second. What's handicap? I always thought you could be so ugly. Like, how ugly do you have to be before they're like, you're handicapped?
I think the Elephant Man would be having a field day today. You ever watch that movie? It's like so sad. It's like he would be empowered today.
Yeah.
Do stuff.
You'd push him forward. Well, there's probably a bunch of other people like that.
Richard Jeni had this great bit. You remember Richard Jeni?
It's the third time Richard Jeni got brought up today.
He's
Tell me,
so
yes, so
funny,
good.
man. It's such a funny bit where he goes, women always think that they're uglier than they are, and men always think they're much better looking than they are. And he goes, the Elephant Man was probably hitting on a woman. And he's like, hey, let me get your number. And she's like, get lost. And he goes, get lost, eh? Must be a lesbian. Couldn't be my looks. I say the trunk makes the man. That's Richard Jeni. That is brilliant. Look it up.
Oh,
He's
man.
the best, man.
My dad came over today, and he did a Richard Jeni bit. He was doing dieting. I don't know if you remember this one. It's like an old classic one, but he was like, oh, it's the Richie Falco diet. You get the tape. Not a VHS tape, duct tape. Cover your mouth, you fat fuck. Stop eating.
Dude,
like
his bit about Jaws, I mean, it's got to be somewhere. It's got to live online somewhere. I mean, I listened to this when I was a kid over and over again. Me and my family would be doubled over laughing. It's about just him being on the road, being bored, and watching movies and watching Jaws, and how stupid of a movie Jaws is, and how stupid of a premise it is, and he just goes through it, and I'm like doubled over, just crying. It's so funny.
Was just about how like just don't go in the water. It's just a shark.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much. But then he breaks it down with the mother that has had 5 people in her family killed by the shark. Shark is obviously after our family. Guess I'll have to leave town. He goes, leave town? He's on the bed eating popcorn. Wouldn't an apartment building protect you from the average fish? I mean, isn't that a bit extreme? Leave town? So she goes to Hawaii.
Yeah.
And then the shark beats the jet.
What?
To Hawaii. First of all, it's a great place to go to get away from a shark. And then the shark has beat the jet.
Wait,
he's already there with a Hawaiian shirt on, going, where were you? It's brilliant, man.
Yeah.
It's brilliant, like a breakdown of a bit. It's so funny.
It's always funny. It's always kind of similar to how we'd always talk about Batman. You'd be like, who the fuck would still live in Gotham?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got the Joker gassing people,
Yeah.
and you're just like, the rent is so good. You get out of Gotham, dude. Get the hell out of Gotham. Wankers, as they say in the South.
I think it's pretty funny. Robin's whole thing, where it's like,
It's a little boy.
well, he's a little boy, but it's like, how long do you stay in that position where you're like, okay, it's time for me to be the main guy now? It's like,
Right.
kind of never happens. And I guess it's a good catch-all. Like if you get caught by the bad guys and you're tortured, like it's his thing. I'm just like, I just need a job. Like I'm just working here.
Yeah.
You know. And then it would be great if Robin was kind of a shitty guy, where it's like he just would like steal money from Batman like once in a while. Like I thought I left $20 here. It's like, nah, I don't know.
Also, like, imagine, I hate to be like coarse, but if you're talking about what real crime is, right?
Yeah.
Like a rape is a real crime.
Right.
There's a rape, and then a 12-year-old boy shows up, and he's like, well, how can I help you? It's like, no, get out of here. First of all, get out of here. You're a boy. I don't want to tell you about what happened.
Well, Robin usually goes with Batman. He's not taking things on his own.
Sometimes he does.
Or maybe misdemeanors or something.
He handles like jaywalking.
Jaywalking.
He just hits you with a batarang for jaywalking.
Somebody left their car.
He
in
does.
A no parking zone.
Just so people know who I am, and I hate to stop you on this, but he does eventually grow up and then becomes Nightwing, and then the other Robin became Red. They do grow up, and then he gets a new little boy.
Oh, all right.
He gets a new little boy every 5 years. Which is all like, man, how do you justify this?
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. Worse than pedophile. I would argue.
Well, he's not having sex with them.
No, but he's throwing them in the line of fire.
Yeah, well, they have to learn to. I mean, do you want to fight crime or do you not want to fight crime? You're not a figurehead. It's like, are we actively fighting crime?
At 12, you should not be allowed to get that decision. You can't even get a tattoo. You need more caffeine? You okay today?
I'm jacked up. I'm tired from.
You jay-offed?
What's that?
That was the worst possible way to say that. I didn't say jacked up, not jacked off.
I'm just tired from, it's been a long week. I'm just getting back into it. Right. And I haven't gotten to my routine yet. We had shopping today because I have my clothes like don't fit and are terrible. So I finally, Katie and I went down to this place in Soho and did a bunch of shopping, and I feel good about my purchases.
Did we do fashion show?
Do you want me to do a catwalk?
I mean,
I think the fans deserve it.
I would love to see what you bought, without a doubt. We don't have the space for you to try it on.
I mean, I'll tell you what, these jumpsuits are all I need.
Well, you should have just bought four more.
Fantastic. I love it.
I want them to say Mike Vecchione all the way down the stripes.
Yeah, I think we should have Macaroni Rascals
definitely
sweatsuits for sure.
We got to.
Yeah.
How do
we get that Patreon money? We are, and I know this is a free episode,
right?
But that Patreon money is going right into sweatsuits.
Yeah, for the fans and for us.
For us.
Oh no, for us.
Yeah, for us.
Sorry,
fans. It'll come.
It'll come. Make
come,
your own,
and everybody will get to be a member.
If you're broke, make yourself a Macaroni.
And then we can start like a whole social
teams,
a social club. Walking past that social club made me yearn for the days of social clubs. And I don't want to commit crimes, but I would like to have a social club.
I would argue,
and having a podcast is kind of like you guys are sitting in on our social club right now.
I would argue that we need to be filming the podcast in front of a deli. If I had the how-tos, I would put us in front of some kind of meat store.
I would say not a meat store because that's the Sopranos, but let's do we should go down to Vincent's on.
Who's Vincent's?
Vincent's in Little Italy.
I gotta bring the camera all the way to Little Italy?
Yeah. Let's do it.
You ever get afraid of you gotta go. There's a coffee shop here by my house.
Yeah.
And this kid there is always mean to me. Like every time I get my change, he forces it in my hand, rips the money out of my hand. But that shop is so I think it might be the mob.
Yeah.
But I never stick up for myself because there's all these guys sitting outside playing.
Yeah, but I mean, how high level is the cashier?
Right. But it could be his kid. It could be one of their kids.
Right.
Or he knows those guys. He goes, hey, that guy was a dick to me. And all of a sudden I'm getting, Vinny Two Toes.
Well, I mean, they're Greeks. So.
But you can't tell between the Greeks and the Italians.
Between the Greeks and Italians.
They look so much the same.
A coffee shop.
You want to go? One day we go there. Maybe we go there together, and you tell me.
It helps to a show of force. I bet he won't do that if we bring enough muscle. we bring the Patreon subscribers.
If you donate $50 or more, you can come with us to shake down the guy at the local coffee shop. That should be.
This neighborhood's great, though. I call this the old neighborhood.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I used to live here. So I say when back in the old neighborhood, and that's where you guys live now. But I think it definitely would go. I mean, I love Vincent's. Vincent's is my go-to place in Little Italy.
What do they got there? Pasta pizza?
It's unbelievable.
Lots of peas.
It's great.
We should go one day.
I mean, I should probably talk to the guy and see if we can film out there one day.
Do you know him well?
I don't know him. I don't know anybody there, but I could talk to him. I go after every Tonight Show. That's my go-to place. Yeah,
I have a go-to place, but I've never done a late night, so I've never been there. I always told you my plan for late night, right?
Self-deprecation. It got me. It got me.
I have one goal on late night, and the
glasses.
goal was...
Take your glasses off. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you don't.
Conan, I know you're off the air, but thank you.
This is such a Macaroni Rascal thing to do, but my goal was, first of all, I said, if I don't have Conan by the time I'm 30, I'll quit comedy. I'm 40, and he quit. So, I don't know. I win.
You outlasted him.
Yeah. But my whole goal was do my set, and when he comes over to shake my hand, put a 5 in his hand.
That's really
and
great.
Go, a little something for the kid. Get a little something. He's got a little lunch. Get a little something. And just see. I don't even give a fuck about my act. I just want to tip the late night host at the end.
So
that's
great.
all. And not big G. Just say, hey, doing. Thank you very much.
Something for the trouble.
For your troubles. Thanks for coming over. Thanks for having me. And then let the rumor start that I only got it because.
And then you invite him over to the couch.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Come over to me. If he goes, come here, I go, no, you come over here. You come over here. Hey, come on, sit down here. We sit in the floor. Indian style. Or crisscross applesauce.
That's yeah.
Right.
It's called the Washington football team style.
Technically is the Washington football team is the crisscross applesauce?
No, it used to be the Redskins.
If you could.
It used to be the Redskins. It was 3 steps away from the joke.
Oh.
It used to be the Redskins, so instead of saying the Indian style, which is looked bad upon now, I just say call it the Washington football team.
Call it the Washington football team. I'm not a sports guy. Are you mad at me because I've missed your jokes today?
I'm mad at you. I'm flipping out right now Seething anger, Greg. I'm about to go have a meeting with Calvinucci.
Oh man, I had a really good thing I wanted to say to you. What were we just talking about?
This
was going to open up the whole pod.
We were moving kind of fast. We were talking about having a podcast in front of a pizza place or downtown or, in a restaurant.
It's so hot in these jackets. I'm sweating.
You said it's keeping the moisture in. Didn't you say that last time?
Yeah, the sexual. I love that you're using my elbow rest. That is
I mean, on a flight, this is who I am.
You should put it right on their crotch. You should put it right on their legs.
I sit right there. I lean into it. I go, this COVID thing, right? Pretty crazy. Social distancing for the birds, I say.
For the birds.
For the birds.
What would you do if someone just put their hand on your knee in a plane?
I go, hey, I would be like, hey, but what are we doing? What are we doing? That's how I find that doing it to Katie sometimes.
Yeah.
Like this morning, I wanted like my job is I told you this. I think I told everybody this. My job in the apartment is two things. I kill bugs,
right,
and sanitation.
Of course.
So yeah, I've got more pull with the unions. Anyway, she doesn't like to take the garbage out.
Right.
She doesn't like bugs. So the garbage in the bathroom is small.
Uh-huh.
It fills up fast.
Of course.
But when I judiciously put garbage in that can, only if it's absolutely necessary. If I have to, if there's something like and I think about it, I'll put it in the kitchen because it's a bigger thing.
Sure.
She doesn't do that.
Right.
Because she's not responsible.
Why is she bringing so much trash into the bathroom?
I don't know. She's not responsible.
Right.
She fills it up at will. So that I look every 5 seconds, that thing is full.
Yeah.
And it's on me to
because she knows she's abusing the power.
So one time she does it. She takes the thing out and then doesn't put another bag in, which is a big mistake. Somebody who knows garbage knows what a faux pas that is. So I go to throw something away. There's no bag in there. So I go, what are we doing? What are we doing? Babe, what are we doing? I talk to her like a coach. Like I don't say, what are you doing?
We're going to need more effort out there.
What are you doing? I go, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Are we leaving? No. Is it a thing for me to put this gross thing into a bare can?
Mm-hmm.
And then it becomes disgusting. I mean, what's the goal here, really?
Yeah.
And then she goes, I forgot. It's like, well, let's check up on it. Okay. Let's check up on it. Let's make sure we're getting these things right. Okay. And then I went into the closet. I've been away, so I go into the closet. And the closet's like she left it a little bit of a mess.
Yeah.
And I go, what are we doing? She saw me start to shift around. I go, what are we doing? She goes, don't go in there. She goes, that's none of your business.
There's nothing in there but pain.
I go, she goes, it's not your business. Yeah. That's not your business. And I go, it is my business. She goes, it's not your business. So
is that her closet or your together closet?
No, it's our together closet. She has
half your business.
But then it is half my business. My business is right next to her disgusting business.
Yeah.
And then sometimes so like in my area, like we separate it, and hers is over there, mine's over there, and there'll be a dress in my area. I go, what are we doing over here? Somebody's infringing on the other person's territory.
Yeah.
You're
the Tita in the relationship, which is good.
Yeah.
There's a Tita and there's always a Greg. So I'm allowed one action figure in the main house. That's the rule.
You're chaos.
Yeah, but
You're
every
chaotic.
now and again, I try to sneak out a Superman next to Batman, and she'll walk up to me and she'll go, "What are we doing? What are we doing here? We're allowed one. I'm seeing more than one. It's just saying. We know the rule. The rule is one. Why is there two?
Right.
Because two is not one." And then I go, "But they came together." And I try to come up with all types of lies. She shuts it right down.
What's that movie, The Freshman, with Marlon Brando?
Right.
And did you ever see that movie?
I could just say
The Freshman. Well, no, if you didn't see it, because Marlon Brando's one of Marlon Brando's guys, Matthew Broderick.
Wait, was this with the Komodo dragon?
Yeah.
Yes, love this movie.
So Matthew Broderick shows up, and the guy goes, "Carmine said, 1 boy, here are 2." And he just keeps, yeah. I thought I might need somebody to help me with the Komodo dragon. It's like, Carmine said, 1 boy, and here are 2. And he goes, "Hey, you can't not love this guy." I just needed somebody because I might need help with the dragon. Carmine said 1 boy, and here are 2. It's like, and he goes, "You can't not love this guy." just keeps hammering the point, and that's what like me when something's disorganized.
Was this movie? Because there's one thing about this movie that I always remembered was they go, "Oh, it's the Mona Lisa," and he's like, "Oh, it's a lovely print." And she goes, "No, that's the Mona Lisa." My dad stole the actual Mona Lisa and had it in his living room. Yeah, great movie.
Great movie.
They said there would be one boy, and I hate the way I wear glasses.
No, I love it. I love the new look.
Well, it's a ripped contact look. Yeah, Petite and I.
Ripped Contact. That sounds like a movie of the week. Ripped Contact. Greg Stone, Mike Vecchione. Ripped Contact.
It's about a guy.
More like Emergency Contact, right?
Oh, nice. You hurt me again.
Fist pound. I was trying to fist pound you.
You broke.
I didn't think
broke
you could
two knuckles.
see, so I came around. I thought you had a little bit of a blind spot there.
It's mostly all of it. I can't really see much. I'm so tall today. Anyway, wait, what? You're supposed to be keeping us on track.
Do you feel?
I had a thing.
Do you feel different wearing? I think the glasses. I think our fans and the glasses. You're pulling it off. We really do look like grease balls.
Yeah, good looking ones though.
Good looking.
Good
really.
looking.
A lot of the women.
Buddy, I'm falling apart on my diet. I was losing weight, looking good.
I think we're both looking pretty good.
Well,
I bought some new clothes.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to apologize for looking
What'd you
great.
get? What was the style?
You ripped a contact.
What's your
You had the
style?
glasses on. I don't know. I just want stuff that fits, and I like to duplicate whatever. Like if I see a shirt in blue that fits me well, a certain style, I'll buy 10 of them.
Yep.
Red, different colors. But I like uniform look.
You look like you could do. Now this isn't that, but very similar. Dress pants, like a suit pants.
Yeah.
And like a nice shirt.
Comfortable shoes, though.
Of course, comfortable shoes. But like as if you had a suit on in the morning,
right.
but you took it off.
Right.
You could do that move. Like, I just got back from some severe business. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some casual business.
Casual CB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CB, casual business.
Man,
but
this movie's a mess. Sorry.
I am happy with my purchases. I lost a bunch of weight, so now I'm on the border between large and XL, so I bought some smaller shorts, and I haven't bought workout clothes in forever. I don't know how you do it, but like my workout clothes were just whatever I didn't wear. I would just use to work out in.
Yeah.
But it actually motivates you more if you buy actual workout clothes. It feels better. It fits better.
Yeah.
When you're working out. So I bought some shorts.
Always
some shirts.
Workout clothes, and I never work out.
Yeah.
As I like the idea that people go, "Oh, he looks a mess because he just got back from the gym." It's like, no, I just didn't shower today. I'm falling apart. It's like an excuse without having to say it. Look, that guy had a hard workout. I go, now I woke up at noon, and that's spaghetti sauce on my shirt. That's not sweat.
Spaghetti sauce on you. That's the blood.
Oh, I got an idea.
The blood from fighting over a machine at the gym.
You ever
go ahead?
Oh no, I think we got to do a prank. We got a segment. Not gonna do it today. Maybe it's called Prank the Irish, where we prank phone call our Irish friends. Yeah, that's really all I got on that.
Okay, well that's good. I was at a Hibernia Hall. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's a Knights of Columbus for the Irish.
What?
Yeah, a Hibernia. I never heard of it before, but that's what I was talking about. Greg Adalia. He's a comic who lives upstate in Albany. He's running for mayor of Albany. My friend Greg.
Irish?
He's half Irish, half Italian.
All right.
So it's in a Hibernia Hall. He's holding the show, and I never heard of a Hibernia Hall before. So it's a Knights of Columbus, but for the Irish. And I had a really good joke off the top. I go, how do you become a member of the Hibernia Club? Do you have to fail a sobriety test?
Hang on a second. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. I heard Mike. I had heard last week that you were hanging out in Irish Social Club. What's going on with that?
Actually, Greg, it's great. It's called a Hibernia Club, and I had they said you have to be a member, and I said, how do you become a member? Do you have to just fail a sobriety test? Thank you. I'll be here all week.
That's a great joke. Great, Vecchione. You're going to get more laughs like that this weekend at Philip Seymour Hoffman's Dead Body. I had nothing.
Okay,
I had nothing.
That's okay. That Philip Seymour Hoffman's Dead Body Comedy Club. I saved it. There you go. I saved it, Greg. We're a great team.
What a club. You go up, his body's next to you. Everyone riffs on the body. The good comics don't. The good comics don't need to make jokes about the body on stage.
Wouldn't that be something for an idea for a comedy club?
What?
It's a funeral home.
Yeah.
And whoever goes up, there's a new body there for every show.
Yeah.
And it's like you can riff off the body or just do straight
work.
work.
I mean, Sorry.
Maybe a comic. Is that an idea to hire a comic for a funeral?
Let me pause you because
Okay.
I'm bleeding with an idea
Okay,
right now. I
all
apologize.
right.
I apologize.
Okay.
I had this idea a while back that always got me crazy. Is you go to these funerals and all they do is they talk good about the person,
Right.
and then all of a sudden I was at a funeral with a person I didn't even really know. All of a sudden I'm like, man, I love this person. Fuck, can't meet them. They're dead. Right? So I think the move is all funeral homes like roasts. You go up and you go, this is Larry. He wasn't really nice to the Jewish guy, I think, because he was Jewish. This way everyone starts to hate them, and in the funeral you don't feel so bad.
Right.
And everyone walks out being like, you know what? I'm kind of glad he's not here anymore.
Yeah.
Isn't that better for the ones who are left behind?
Right.
Destroy their
What
memory.
about the people who really loved him, though? And they hear all these people talking shit about him.
That's called a tough crowd.
Okay.
You really got to work them over to get them to hate the person they love. You know what I mean?
You got to win them over.
But
I was thinking more like a roast, just like a fun-loving, like,
right.
Especially like he got hit by a truck, right?
His wife. How you doing?
He didn't know how to stay off the road, or like he had whatever. But it's an idea like to roast. It's a fun because funerals are so down.
Yeah.
Unless you're Irish and then you're just drinking.
Right.
But yeah, a roast. It makes everybody up and go, he would have laughed.
Yeah. Rick, he loved
had a great time.
He loved the drugs, as you can see. What? Yeah. Did I ever tell you I did? Oh, this is too much. I shouldn't tell you this. I did a benefit for a comic of ours that we know. He had a brother or a friend who died of heroin, some kind of OD thing.
Right.
One of the comics who was there, famous guy, shows up with his heroin dealer, buys heroin at the show, and left. And I went, what the fuck? And I think he's clean now. This isn't a joke. I know why I'm telling you this. You kind of grin for, but I mean, it's not something. It's just like this wacky thing.
We showed up at the funeral to buy heroin?
No, it was at the club. And then this guy shows up, and I'm like, he's in the back. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? He looks so weird.
Yeah. And
then he just left, and I seen a thing had happened, and I went, oh, he just bought drugs. And then everyone told me, it's like, oh, yeah, he's like a big heroin guy. I'm like, oh, one of the comedians who was at this heroin benefit does heroin and bought heroin at the heroin Don't Do show.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I gave you that story, because I can't even tell you the name.
No, that's pretty, it's an interesting story. It's ironic.
Ironic.
Yeah.
Don't you think? I wish they did it that way. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? Don't you think?
That's what the great thing about this podcast is. You never know what you're going to get. And we have a lot of good ideas on this podcast, and we keep firing them at you guys. So I hope you appreciate what you're
Last
seeing
week,
here.
I had more ideas. This week, I'm a little less, because I still haven't slept yet.
You just put Cal Vanucci down. And it was interesting for the fans. We had a conversation at the beginning. I texted Greg. I'm at the door. He comes to the door. He's like, how long you been here? I've been like 2 minutes. And he goes, why didn't you ring the buzzer? I don't want to wake Cal
I
Vanucci.
don't want to wait to move.
He's a chooch of the week last week.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to.
Did I tell you what he did to me today?
What did he do to you today? Something new every day with this one.
I've never seen him move so brazen as bold as this. I go to change his diaper because this kid can't even not shit in the toilet. You know, this kid just shits everywhere, and you got to put a diaper on him. That's how fucking stupid he is. So I go to change his diaper. Nothing in the diaper. He shoots shit. Sorry, out his butt.
He's shooting shit
Right at, and I went, wow. I got on that thing, and I went, now I'm holding him. Like, what do I do?
Right.
So I screamed, Tita. We have a thing. I go, Tita, it's a 2-man job. It's a 2-man job. That she has to come running in. As I'm holding him, then he starts peeing on himself. Now this kid's actively peeing on himself. There's shit everywhere. I got a diaper. I call Tita. She comes. I just pick him up, and I kind of wash him down. And I said, you take him. She took him and got him out of the room. Like you know what they do with the president when there's a shooting?
Yeah.
They run him out. Like she ran him out of the room.
I thought it's because you were going to fight him. Get him away from me. Get him away from me. I'm gonna fuck him up. Get him away from me. And it's like, it's your son.
Yeah.
But he doesn't care, man. He's not playing by anybody's rules.
Yeah, he couldn't shit in the diaper. He waited the moment I took it off to shoot it at me.
That's pretty bad when you don't want to do it in the diaper. It doesn't get any easier than the diaper.
No.
If you know, that's really a premeditated move. When you wait for him to take the diaper off. It's like, this kid is a Sicilian hitman.
Yeah, he knew.
Wow.
It's a color you've never seen.
Maybe he heard the podcast last week. He didn't appreciate us talking about him.
He doesn't listen to my stuff. He won't pay for the Patreon. I keep trying. And I'm like, he's like, change me. I'm like, get the $10 tier. Get in the $10
tier. That's pretty great. So what else is going on in your life, Gray? I did the clothes shopping, and then I'm still recovering from being back in town. So a lot, the one we did previously. I don't know when these will air in what order, but I
No
came
one
right
knows.
from the airport. No, it's potluck. But was on the road for 2 days and coming home, and I stayed at Soder's, which was great. He wasn't there. It would have been better if he was there, but he wasn't. He was out of town, so I crashed with him because Katie's parents were in town, and Katie's parents are like
The Hannigans.
The Hannigans,
Irish.
great people, hardcore Midwest.
You know, if you marry
Fantastic.
her and have a kid, you're gonna have a dirty kid.
No,
He's not full Italian.
not full Italian. But
gonna
I'll tell you what,
American.
the best athletes that I was around
Uh-huh.
in high school, the best wrestlers anyway, were half Italian, half something else.
Right.
They were mixed.
Because they're furious.
Well, the Italians were not. I think we're too stocky to be all Italian, but the guys who have an element of that and cut it with a little bit of Irish, a little bit of German, those guys are real tough to deal with.
Because genetically, we don't got it.
No,
But
genetically,
mentally, we're
I think
psychos.
this is with every ethnicity. It's too much of one thing. We have too much of one thing.
What is that one thing?
Well, I'll give you an example. We're all my family 100%, but my aunt, she married somebody Scott Irish. My uncle is Scott Irish, and they have a son. My cousin Billy, he's younger, and we were at a family function, and the rest of us are walking around like little apes.
Yeah.
And he is just taller.
Yeah.
His spine is more you could see his like genetics are just better.
Wow.
Because he has some of us, but they're
Yeah.
cut with that Scott Irish. His father's like a tall, good looking guy too. So it's like he's got the Italian genetics cut with the other thing that you need.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the rest of us don't have that. We're just like
We look like Danny
little
DeVito.
we're little gorillas.
Yeah,
We're
it's
little gorillas.
a wild thing that's happening now. Is what's kind of cool about this generation is that my kid is Thai.
Yeah.
My sister's kid is half Italian, half Puerto Rican.
Right.
And it's like we're hoping my brother marries a black. Well, he's with this white girl now, but I was hoping we could get like a black girl,
Right.
because it's like the goddamn League of Nations
Yes.
at the house now. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, you mix it up a
It's
little bit.
everybody's got their own little thing.
And everybody's I think the different genetics. Kurt Metzger had a joke about this way back, where it's like you need to cut your gene pool with something else.
Yeah.
So
Make the perfect person.
right. I think that's true, and the perfect person is diversity.
Dude, there are
You
people
need diversity.
who literally will marry tall so they get a basketball player kid. Like
Yeah.
people think about that shit.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. I should have thought about that. I need a kid who can cure diabetes because I am on one street, my friend. And it is directly there. So I'm going to raise this kid to cure diabetes and a video edit so that he could put my clips on Instagram.
Instagram.
Train my
Instagram will be a thing of the future. Will Instagram still be happening when he gets older?
I think there's going to be even new things.
No,
Social.
It'll be what's a virtual reality?
VR.
Everything will be virtual reality.
I think it's
The environment, everything will go to crap. We'll be all living in. I mean, there's a movie like that, I think, where it's like everybody's just living in dilapidated whatever, but you put the virtual reality on.
Oh.
It looks beautiful.
yeah. Ready Player One.
What is
Ready Player One.
it? Is that the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I imagine there had to be an.
Oh yeah.
I think the Matrix has that, where it's like everything is just
Right.
dark and terrible. It's like, but it's
In
all
your
about
dreams.
your mind.
Yeah.
It
Why?
really is all about your mind.
The Matrix should have been a deal. It should have been like, hey, you want to just be rich and famous? It's the same shit. Yeah. Plug me in. I would have been in the Matrix immediately.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to be in the Matrix?
I don't know. I saw the movie super late. I mean, like the pandemic, I saw it.
No.
So I didn't see it.
I don't know what that does with me saying you want to be in the Matrix. You actually saw it more recently than I have.
Yeah, I saw it recently. I kind of didn't get. I got what it was, but I'm like, oh, this was. I guess it was groundbreaking, like in the '90s.
Let me jump on here.
Okay.
So, when you watch the Matrix now,
Yeah.
right? We already know about the Matrix, so it's not like this crazy thing.
Right.
Neo's like, "What the fuck?" But if you said to me, "Greg, you're in the Matrix," I'd be like, "Yeah, no shit. I believe it. I wouldn't even care. Like,
Right.
oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I knew it. Right."
But the
But
whole
then they
thing
think
is,
about
because I have trouble understanding this, it's like we're living in you're actually living in a pod.
Yeah.
You're like in a pod.
Yep.
Just sleeping or whatever.
Yeah.
But you're living this other world, this virtual reality type world.
You're born into a pod,
Right.
and you're pretty much in a virtual reality world.
Right.
That's what you just said, right?
Yes.
Exactly what you just said.
Yes.
Yes. And then you live there, but you're not living the real world. You're living in that virtual reality
Right.
world. So they want to be real humans. So when they unplug you from the Matrix, you're naked, your muscles hurt,
you're
and they
fine.
pick you up with a claw.
You're sore. You need a chiropractor.
The whole thing's not good.
Yeah. I mean,
But I'd love to live in the
I don't know.
Matrix.
But it just goes to show you that your mind is everything.
Yes.
Like your mind is everything. It's like if you see, but that goes with like how you look at the world and how you look at your life.
Right.
It's like you can walk around going, everything is terrible. This sucks. Or you could go, regardless of your outside of your circumstances, you could be looking at the good side of everything. I realize that.
Positive
I
thinking.
read all kinds of books about that, meditation, all that stuff, but that's what it's for. It's to raise your consciousness to look at the things in your life like, oh, this is, they say that if you do gratitude for even 5 minutes every morning, your life changes infinitely.
Yeah.
And it's got something to do with that.
If you force yourself
you're
to
looking
smile.
for the things to be grateful for, more great things will happen to you, and you'll see, the gratitudes instead of just letting them pass by.
I agree with that. You're changing your mind to see those things. If you force yourself to smile enough,
Right.
you'll smile more.
Yeah.
All of it. Dude, how many comedians do we even know that just because like they live negatively, nothing ever happens and they're never
Right.
happy? But
Greg, how about this?
Tell me.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but
No,
I
all
just
right.
had a great idea.
Tell me.
A mafia where we go around and force you to smile.
Oh yeah, especially women on the street.
Yeah.
Hey, put a smile on, baby. Put a smile on that face, baby.
Women love to be told to smile.
They should be told to smile. They're never smiling, especially when they look at me.
Well, they're not even looking at you. They're not even looking at anybody. They're on their phones now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty impossible.
Women used to smile at me. Now they don't even blink. They just
Yeah.
stare straight ahead like, and I'm like, hi. And I go, I'm married. I'm just trying to be
Yes.
Mr. Nair guy.
You have to say that.
I'm married and this is my kid. I'm not trying to fuck you. I'm just trying to talk to every single person I walk next to.
Right.
And you got a great butt.
you slip it in there right at the end, don't you?
And
You got a great butt.
You got a
Look at
great
you
butt.
with that great butt. Walking around like you don't know nobody. They're actually just walking around on their phones like this. And it's almost a slap in the face to everybody in that area because they're going, oh, you guys aren't good enough to even look at. I have to go on this special website or whatever I'm on to look at better looking people than whoever's in this area. I took it personal. Every single one of those things, I take it personal where they're like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. It's like, hello, how about we're here?
Mhm.
We're people too.
Say hello
Look
to
at
me.
us once in a while.
No, you're going to try to hit on me. That's what I think they're.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hit on you.
Yeah.
First of all, I have a nicer butt than yours, but it's just not on my butt. It's on my front. It's on my stomach.
Front butt.
I got a front butt. My stomach
Yes.
is way more shapely than your
Right.
ass. So I have more value.
Yeah. And everything doesn't have to be sexual. How about we can smile at each other?
Right.
You know what I mean? A smile is a form of communication.
Right.
You're adding something to somebody's day.
Should be noted, I do the same thing to men. I smile at them too.
Yeah.
And they go, I don't want to smile at you. And I go, smile at me. Smile at me or I'm going to
Yeah.
fuck you up.
Yes.
I'm going to fight you
Yeah.
on the street
Yeah.
if you don't give me a smile.
Yeah.
Give me a
If you
smile mafia
you either
works.
give me a smile or we're just going to go, things are going to get worse before they get better.
Yeah.
We'll be smiling at the end of it.
We're friends or we're enemies.
Yes.
You smile at me
Yeah.
and you kiss me on the lips,
Yeah.
hello, like a nice Italian bonjour,
Yeah.
or I'm going to stick a knife in your spine
Yes.
and eat your spleen. I don't care.
Yeah. And then I'm sure the cops will understand and the courts.
Yeah, or I'll
you
beat them
did-
up too.
Oh, well, that's a little. I mean, that's 12.
Years?
No. I'm thinking of jurors. 12 jurors.
They
You
give
gotta
you
go
12 for
through-
that.
No,
Yeah,
maybe
there
you
was-
just go after the foreman and send this message to the rest of them.
Isn't that kind of crazy, though, these guys who were like invincible? Because they knew they could pay anyone off. Even if they get to jail, they're like, we'll get to the jury. We'll pay them off.
I love
I don't go to
the
jail.
idea of getting to a jury.
Yeah.
That's really great. Getting to a jury, it's like, don't worry about it. Like you're on trial for something, and I see you in the back of the court. I go, we're gonna get to the jury. Don't worry about it. We're gonna get to him.
What's your case? We're going to get to the jury.
We got a guy.
Get to the jury.
We got a guy who has an in with the foreman.
Look-
And they actually did that a bunch of times. I've read books about it. It's pretty great. And you know what else I love? I've been thinking about a lot for some reason.
Uh-huh.
Robbing a mafia poker game.
Wait. Before we move on to this mafia, Rob, I got to say one thing on the jury thing.
Yeah.
Because I got a plan that's going to change the world. You and I go hang outside of a courthouse, right? Just hanging around, just going, man, I'm really broke. This case I'm worth, maybe they'll think we're on the jury. Maybe they'll try to give us a payoff. You know, we just start saying, "Oh, I don't have any money. I could really be swayed into a decision here," and then maybe someone will try to give us money to be swayed juror.
I was doing the opposite. That's a great idea. That's a profitable idea. I was saying try to bribe the jury.
Yeah,
and we don't have any stake in the case. We just get the jury and go, "Hey, I bet you see things for the defendant this time." What are you trying to like? And then they catch us and do an investigation. Like he didn't have any ties to the defendant
Who was
at
this
all.
guy?
What is these guys doing? Like, we're doing a podcast.
As a bit. You don't get bribing a jury as a bit.
Bribing a jury.
We said if we got 100 Patreon subscribers, we'd bribe a random jury.
Bribe a random jury.
Bribe a random jury. We just go in.
Or like let's do a high profile case.
What's one? Petito.
Whatever's in the news at the time.
The laundry guy. They're eventually going to catch him. Brian Laundry.
I think he's dead.
Why is he dead?
I think he killed himself.
All right. Well, if he didn't, I say if we get a certain amount of Patreon subscribers, you and I will bribe the jury for Brian Laundry.
For him?
Or against him. I don't really care.
Okay. All right.
You think he did it?
Yes.
I haven't been paying attention to any of it.
Oh, really? Except his name.
Laundry's a fun name.
No, Laundry is a fun name. But I think he did it. I don't know if I think he might have. If he didn't do it, I'll be shocked.
Really?
It looks like he did it, yeah. And then it looks like he went into the wilderness and offed himself. Ugh. This is all pretty sad stuff we're talking about here. So yeah. I'm sorry if you just joined us.
So anyway, you wanted your second scam. If you just joined us.
If you just joined us.
If you just tuned in here. If you
just joined us, Macaroni Rascals. But a lot of people do get their news from the Macaroni Rascals.
It's
all right.
5:09 p.m. in the traffic on the
catchphrase? We haven't used the catchphrase once.
A little light?
No, the macaroni's done.
Is it?
The macaroni's ready. Set the table.
Set the table. Set the table. Set the table. We
got to start saying
we're bribing Brian Laundry. Set the table.
We're bribing the jury.
We're bribing the jury.
We're bribing the Brian Laundry jury.
We should bribe a jury for like a crosswalk, like for like a jaywalking.
I like that better.
Because then if they're just like, why? You could have paid the ticket. You go, but Your Honor.
But Your Honor.
I wanted to see if I could get to him.
I wanted to see if I could get to the jury in the crosswalking case.
You just show up to his house in the middle of the night with a gun, and you're just like, I think tomorrow you're going to vote negative.
We would get to a witness. Maybe we get to a crossing guard.
Get to a witness.
Her some money.
Yeah. We got to get to a witness.
But the other thing was robbing a mafia poker game.
You want to try that?
I would like to try that. Just go in and go, we'll be legends.
Legends. And dead.
Dead legends.
How do you know if it's a mafia poker game or just somebody's poker game?
You got to have the inside of who controls it. There's always somebody doing it, but do they control it? Which family controls it? And then we go in with shotguns and we go money in the bag, and they'll be in shock that we're robbing them. No one robs them.
Do you know the trick?
What's the trick?
Murder every single last one of them.
Okay.
That's a problem here. If you're gonna rob the mob, leave no one alive. Murder take all the money,
right?
And then I don't know what you do with the bodies. I'd say hang them outside on the street like they would do to pirates.
Okay.
Let you know that we don't play for what, $2,000?
Probably $2,000.
Right.
Yeah.
Then
or maybe hang them up like fresh peppers or.
I don't know. Pickle them. We could pickle them.
Pickle them. No, I think that's a little too far. We kill everybody because there's more of them. That's the whole thing behind.
But then they wouldn't know it was you.
Crime. They would do their own investigation. They usually do their own investigation, which is pretty thorough, and they come to the conclusion of who it is. and then that episode of the podcast I would really tune in for.
Then you just keep killing them. You just keep killing everyone. I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Who, when you do a bank robbery, the one guy just starts offing people.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm jumping on. I'm jumping
on.
Kill
anybody who has any. I better watch myself. Anybody who has any information, you clip
immediately.
Yeah.
A woman starts crying. I don't want. I said, shut up, bitch. Blam, blam. Old lady, blam. Tell her, blam, blam, blam.
Oh, we're robbing a bank now.
I'm robbing Look, we're robbing the mob. We got to rob a bank first.
No, robbing the mob is a very specific crime, and it's like you have to have a very
sort of dangerous
specific plan. It's very dangerous. But people do that. They're like, "You want to do tonight? You want to go to a movie, or do you want to rob a mob?" It's exciting.
That's an escalation.
It is an escalation. And then, you have to make sure you don't want any violence. Technically, you just want the money. But, somebody goes for a gun, somebody gets cute. You got to make an example out of them.
Right.
Do you like making an example out of people, Greg?
Not an example because there's no one left to see the example.
Well, just forget this situation.
Right.
Do you enjoy making an example out of people?
I haven't, but I think I could like that.
Maybe
I think I could
the
get
cashier as the coffee, he's shitty with you.
Right.
And you do something, you push over the hostess Twinkies and you go, that's to make an example out of you.
Oh.
I make an example out of you.
I like to teach lessons.
Okay.
And
that includes an example?
I don't really give an example,
right?
But I will so when I've had a guy he shook my hand, something like that, I'll grab his hand hard and pull him a little.
Yeah.
Justice. I ever tell you this? True story. 100% true story.
Mm.
On stage, there's this comedian who's a little shit. He'd always be rude to me and be a little bit of a dick, but I'm a long time in and he's a little shit. He forgets that I'm 150 pounds more than him.
Yeah, he forgets who he is.
So I bring him, I go, ladies and gentlemen, keep it going for this guy. He comes up stage. I go to shake his hand. He doesn't shake my hand. I'm gonna do it to you. I'm like this. Give him a real, on stage, real rib shot. And just enough. And he went, ah! And I put the hand out again, and he shook it. And then we walked off, and he never disrespected me again.
That's so great.
Never disrespected me.
That's a great story. Clip it. Let's clip it. Let's clip it and put that out there.
Yeah.
And that's what this podcast is about.
That's that little shit you got to do to these people, especially in comedy.
That was like a cattle prod in the side. It's like,
yeah. You just a real quick one. And he went, oh. And I went, yep.
And you put it out your hand. Again, it's like a quiz to see if he got the lesson. You know what I mean? And he tested out of it. It's like, oh, you did good.
Pop quiz hot shot. Kid. Yes, because I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did good.
And
then at the end, you slip him a 5. Good job. Great job.
Because that's the thing. We're stern, but we're just.
Right.
Because when you're in, you're in.
Yeah.
Hey, good job, kid. And that's what I kind of did to him. He shook my hand. I'm like, hey, great job. That was really funny. Yeah. I let him know. That was really funny set you had out there. You almost died.
You're going to be with us no matter what. You're going to be with us no matter what. Yeah. Or you're going to have no rib cage.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. We should start doing mob tactics in comedy. There's a reason you and I don't have what we want.
Right.
And I think we need to take it.
Start squeezing people.
Yeah.
I like it too. And greasing some palms.
Right.
Greasing palms, squeezing people where we have to. We're not maneuvering the right way. We need to start maneuvering.
You and I need to get a meeting at HGTV or Home and Garden Television, and we just bring an envelope full of $2,000 to the head of, whatever the head of. Yeah. What are they called? Characteristics? Creative. We just go, we got a show.
We pitch a show.
It's called Macaroni Rascals. We make macaroni, and they go, and I go, here you go. We slide it forward. Get this to your boss. These George Washington things is a great idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Push it forward.
Pushing forward. We pitch the show. We slide them an envelope.
Right. And if that doesn't work, you see me holding them by their ankles outside of the Chrysler building, shaking them around. Yeah, let go. My hands are getting a little sweaty.
And instead of the jurors, we'll get to the viewers. We got to get to the viewers.
Yeah.
You know? So we'll get to the Nielsen's, smack them around a little bit.
Do you think if we put a horse's head in Les Moonves's bed, we could get
whoever is Les Moonves now? Les Moonves isn't there anymore.
Isn't it?
No. He got me too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, so he's out of power. But whoever has the president of CBS, whoever that is now.
We need to pay a woman to say something happened to the head of HGTV. So then when they go, hey, we don't want
we can
Rascals,
set it all up.
Yes.
Yeah.
5 moves ahead of them.
5 moves ahead.
They don't even know. Next thing the guy walks out, goes, what the fuck was that? Right? He's like, what the fuck was that? What did I do? That woman,
you got to do that thing where it's like these allegations will break in 24 hours unless we get what we want.
Follow me on this, Michael.
Okay.
Follow me.
All right.
Head of
this show's turned nefarious.
Yeah.
We were having good old fashioned macaroni fun, and getting ready to set the table.
Yeah.
And now we've turned to different ideas on how to get ahead.
So follow me now.
Yeah.
Head of HGTV
HGTV.
I want to be on the Home and Garden
as high
TV.
as you go.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, that's where you go. Okay. Why not just get jobs at Home Depot? You want to do that or?
No.
Sorry, I'm slamming you.
No. We hire a woman.
Yeah.
Pick up the head of HGTV. Not a publicist.
Okay.
This is a hooker.
Okay.
Yeah, a wild hooker.
All right, a wild hooker.
Wild hooker who's looking for money. She meets the head of HGTV. Next thing we know, he's waking up. She's dead, but she's not. She's covered in fake blood. We get cow blood. Covered in blood. He freaks out. leaves, thinks it's all gone. Right? What the fuck was that? I had this night, this woman, I don't know, I got out of it, thinks he got out of it. 6 months later, you and I, we're pitching our new Macaroni Rascals house flipping TV show that we're trying to pitch. And they go, we got so many of these. Why would I do it? Envelope full of pictures. You thought you got away with that. We knew.
I think that you're missing the key element to that, Greg. Is like we have to be the guys that he calls to get him out of it. Like he's going to be freaked out.
Right.
So he's got to call us to be like, I don't know what happened. Like, we're going to take care of this girl. Probably had no home. She probably had no family. It'll be like she never existed. And then we take care of it. And then we say all we have is our friendship. Then we pitch the show. And then if he goes,
hey,
he's going to green light the show.
We took care of it because all we have is our friendship.
But the only thing is, like, right? she's not going to be dead, but he's going to check for her pulse. So she's going to have to be a wild hooker / Navy SEAL to get her
slower heartbeat down. Chris Angel. We get like a Chris Angel type character.
And there's a lot of Chris Angel type hookers roaming around the streets. I think that this is totally realistic.
Can I tell you a true story? True and a half story. Never did it, but did plan it. Head of the comic strip. They would not pass me for late night. I was going to call my friend and be like, look, just show up when he's coming out. Be like, hey, man, give me your money. I'll run out. I'll grab you. You will fake a scuffle. You run away. And I'll go, oh, man, are you okay? You know, see, so okay. He walks away. Next day, I show up for audition. He'll go, Greg? And I'll go, oh, you work here? I'm trying to be a comedian. I'm passed.
Yes.
That's how I was going to get passed at the comic strip was the original plan.
That's a good plan.
Fake mugging.
Fake mugging. And then you're the hero.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely got a master's in improv. Because that sounds like a scenario that would win awards.
We should try that for something. Maybe add Applebee's manager to get free appetizers.
A fake mugging?
You can get along with that.
I want to try a fake cell phone argument where it's like these people are always on their phones and some people are real emphatic, in New York anyway. So I want to have a fake emotional conversation on my phone. When I know other people are listening. So I have to kind of ease into that.
I'll do that.
I'm mugging.
Give me a run through. What kind of?
I don't know. It doesn't require another person. It just requires me to be on my phone.
Yeah.
With the headphones on, walking around like a store or something. Something is in a closed area with other people going, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. She faked her own death, like saying stuff like that on that line. She fakes another pregnancy,
Then you're out of there.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be the father. I don't want to be with her if she's going to keep faking pregnancies. Just keep saying wild stuff.
I love
like
it.
That, and then watch everybody's reaction.
And then the next train stop, have someone get on and be like, yeah, she's faking it. And it turns out you guys are talking to each other and you don't even realize you're on the same train. Is he talking to him?
Yeah, that's a twist. That is a twist, Greg. What? How much time are we in?
No, we're over.
Oh, my God.
We're over.
This flew.
Oh. Mike Mush in the stream with audio only, it says. Oh, he's going to say something to me, and I'll tell you.
Go ahead.
Mike? He said nothing. His microphone, I think, is off.
He can't talk to me directly.
No, sorry.
Go ahead, Mike. Mush and Lally.
Okay, I didn't want to interrupt. Yeah, we're at an hour, and you guys got to do plugs. That's about it.
Oh yeah, we could do plugs and we could shut her down.
What about Chooch of the Week?
Oh, we gotta do Chooch of the Week.
Yeah.
Do you have any candidates?
Yeah, I'll do. One. We should have one criminal.
All right. Mine's not a criminal. All right.
And then I'll do a person who helped me down at the clothing store.
Oh. Mine's not like that.
Okay. What is yours?
Chuck Scarborough.
Who?
Chuck Scarborough.
Okay. All right. Who is Chuck Scarborough?
He does the news with Rachel, with Natalie. He does the 4:00 news. He wasn't.
Chuck Scarborough, the guy, the
Chuck
newscaster.
Scarborough. Yeah.
Chuck Scarborough. Why is he your Chooch of the Week?
He didn't show up this week. He had somebody, I think, Giannis Pappas. Not Giannis Pappas. That's somebody we know.
That's somebody we know. Yeah.
I can't remember the guy's name. He filled in and he didn't do a good job. So I'm a little
all
upset
right.
with
Well,
that.
Chuck Scarborough is a Chooch of the Week,
but
I had my candidate was Nina. She was a lady that when you go to this clothing store that I went to, they hem your pants because my proportions aren't in line with the normal mannequin people. So I have to get I'm short, so I have to get the pants hemmed. And I wasn't sure how this place worked, but you have to roll. What you do is you roll the pants up to where you want them, I guess, and then they hem them. So I rolled them up, and then I had an argument with her about like I just ballparked it. I want them hemmed at a 30 inseam.
Right.
So
why'd you yell at her?
Because she wanted to just do it where it was rolled up to. I'm like, you pin it where it's rolled? And she goes, yeah. I go, well, I'm not a professional guy. Like I just ballparked it to see how it would look. I have no idea if that's correct. And she goes, well, that's what we do. I go, well, can you just tell them to do the measurement of 30? And she was giving me some guff about that. Eventually I got it through. Right. I'm paying for these pants.
It's insane.
Yeah. So
high-end pants?
High-end pants. I don't buy cheap pants. So Nina, the seamstress, chooch it a week.
Wow.
So
really making her friend
but
Pinta
that was a long story.
and Santa Maria look like garbage.
But let's go with your guy.
Nina the Pinta and the Santa
Scarborough.
Maria? Nothing on that?
Chuck Scarborough?
On Columbus Day? You don't give me anything on Nina Pinta and Santa Maria?
We should have done more on Columbus Day.
Well, it's hard because we're 9 episodes behind.
That's true.
This is going
to air next year. All right. Chooch of the week, Chuck Scarborough. You win that one because that was a simple explanation. Mine was too convoluted.
Yeah, but yours was interesting and fun. Mine was
interesting and funny. But Chuck Scarborough obviously likes to take time off and go down the shore or take a 3-day weekend and doesn't care about the news that much. So Chuck Scarborough, you're the chooch of the week. You're a chooch.
And I guess we'll be it. Any plugs?
October 23rd, Governors. I'm taping. Please come out October 23rd. I have other dates on MikeVecchione.com. All social media platforms at Comic Mike V. Greg.
The only thing I'll ask you is to go onto my Instagram or YouTube and share, like, subscribe my videos on Greg F. Stone on Instagram. I'm really trying to get these followers up. That'd be really nice. I have no dates. Well, I'm opening for DePaulo this weekend, but I think this is already over. And so I'll be at Mohegan Sun Friday.
We do have stuff going on for those of you watching this going, these guys don't have anything going on. Yes, we do. So you might have missed that date, but we have stuff going on. Look at our websites. Look at our social media.
Well, you have stuff going on.
Yes.
I don't have anything going on because I have a kid and I'm scared to leave the house.
You've got a baby now.
And I'm doing
You've got another life. He's got mouths to feed.
Yeah.
He's got mouths to feed.
Now, if you're enjoying this podcast, tell your friends. Tell people. Get the word out about Macaroni. It's the whisper word. You don't got to yell it.
Yeah.
Just go up to somebody else. You go, Macaroni Rascals.
And go to Macaroni's Ready. Set the table.
Macaroni'sReady.com. That's not real.
Set the table. That's not real, but that's pretty great.
I loved it.
Greg, it was great to see you.
Great seeing you.
I always love coming to the old neighborhood. Please subscribe, and you could be a full subscriber, which is what we want, or you could be the envelope is a little light.
A little light, $5 a month.
It is a little light.
It's a little light,
but we still appreciate.
it,
but it's a little light.
We
love you guys. Please continue to watch, subscribe, rate, review. We love you. From the Macaroni Rascals. We'll see you next week.